South Africa's current account deficit narrowed significantly in the fourth quarter to 31.6 billion rand. That's from a revised deficit of 55.6 billion rand in the previous 3 months. The reduction is due to stronger export growth, which boosted the country's trade surplus. For the full year, the current account deficit narrowed sharply to 44.5 billion rand, which translates to 0.6% of GDP. That compares to 112.1 billion rand, or 1.6% of GDP in 2023. FirstRand posted higher half-year profit, helped by healthy top-line growth. South Africa's biggest lender by market value has also pointed to a stronger overall credit performance and says that was driven by retail credit in South Africa trending ahead of expectations, as well as a much stronger credit outcome in the UK operations. Normalized earnings for the period came in 10% higher, and it's lifted its dividend by a similar margin to 219 cents. Sanlam says it delivered strong growth in 2024, citing robust new business volumes and excellent investment returns. The insurance giant's headline earnings per share rose by 37%, and it's declared a payout of 445 cents, which is 11% higher than the prior period. CEO Paul Hanratty says all the group's businesses are currently enjoying good momentum. He's added that economic conditions are improving in most of the markets where Sanlam operates, and that the group is positive about the outlook for the 2025 financial year. Resilient, that's how Grindrod's described its year-end performance. The logistics group has reported a 69% slump in headline earnings, and it slashed its dividend by 55%. Grindrod says it faced a difficult trading circumstances following intermittent border closures and disruptive cyclonic flooding. Looking ahead, the firm says it's well positioned to aggressively pursue growth, and that the pipeline identified includes several logistics infrastructure-led investment opportunities, potentially worth 8 billion rand across the core portfolio. Tough economic conditions are weighing on Mustek. The technology distributor has posted a 14% drop in revenue and a 74% plunge in headline earnings per share. It cited, amongst others, the impact of persistent inflation, elevated interest rates, sluggish economic growth, and fluctuating consumer confidence. Despite this performance, Mustek says it's cautiously optimistic of improved conditions in the future, and that's due to an expected increase in IT spending, AI investment, as well as cybersecurity solutions. MTN Uganda says 2024 was a landmark year. The telcos firm says it's recorded significant gains across all businesses and delivered a resilient performance amid a stable macroeconomic environment. Service revenue grew close to 20%, with the firm citing significant expansions in data and fintech, and it's managed to maintain its market leadership share, with total subscribers up by 13% to 22 million. SAPI's priced an offering of senior notes worth 300 million euros, and those are due in 2023. The pulp and paper producer says it implemented this to improve its debt maturity profile and to strengthen its liquidity headroom and its balance sheet. The net proceeds will be used to redeem all the outstanding senior notes of its subsidiary SAPI Paper Holding, which are due in 2026. Lesaka has finalized its acquisition of Recharger. It says the purchase of the prepaid electricity sub-metering and payments business, which will be settled in 2 tranches, consists of 332 million rand in cash and 175 million rands worth of Lesaka shares. Lesaka expects this deal to act as an entry point into the South African private utility space. In international news, billionaire Elon Musk, who is advising President Donald Trump on plans to radically shrink the U.S. government, advises that the U.S. Postal Service and passenger railroad Amtrak should be privatized. Here's more detail in this report.
Elon Musk may have a new target. The billionaire leading Donald Trump's cost-cutting effort says it's time to sell off Amtrak and the US Postal Service. Speaking Wednesday at a conference run by Morgan Stanley, he said the government should privatize everything that can be privatized. Musk said he thought such moves would need congressional approval. Last month, Trump said he was thinking about merging the Postal Service, a government agency, with the Commerce Department.
And we're thinking about doing that, and it'll be a form of a merger, but it'll remain the Postal Service, and I think it'll operate a lot better.
That's a move Democrats say would violate federal law. The USPS has lost some $100 billion since 2007, though this month it did report a profit for the latest quarter. It has suffered as email and messaging systems drove a big decline in first-class mail volumes, now at their lowest level since 1968. As for Amtrak, its ridership topped pre-COVID levels last year with a record 32.8 million customer trips. But it still posted an operating loss of over $700 million for the 12 months to the end of September. And Musk says compared to something like high-speed rail in China, Amtrak is, quote, a sad situation. It will leave you with a very bad impression of America. Asked about the comments, the rail operator said its business was strong. It said it was on track to reach operational profitability for the first time under the new administration. The network is boosting services on the East Coast as part of a bid to double usage nationwide by 2040. During his first term, Trump repeatedly sought to cut funding for Amtrak, which received about $2.4 billion in federal support last year.